Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.
We are the nation of domination.
Welcome to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. And today, Nation, we got a very special guest in the house. We got Miss Kelsey. How you doing today, girl?
I'm fantastic. Your music just made me feel all types of good vibes today. I needed that upbeat on a Wednesday. And I feel like I need to get a cool name next time I come on your show with like Bird Gang 31. Maybe I'll be like KNN 17.
Nice. I like
so
it.
I can match your vibe.
I like it. I try to go hard. Like I was having a little technical difficulties back there if you didn't notice. But the computer is acting well now. We are definitely rolling. So I know we were supposed to get something started, before the game. But hey, I still wanted to make sure I got you on here and we can talk about the game. So, how was it for you? Were you there at all or?
Yeah, so you're probably happier to talk about this game than me and many folks in Washington. And I got to see this debacle happen live. And I'll tell you, by the end of the game, many fans were either out the stands or tuned out to what was happening on the football field. Because honestly, I think we say it all the time in Washington, but we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, Randall. Like more of the same Washington team who got us a beat after the Jaguars win, right, in week 1. And then all of a sudden, fast forward to a rival who had just as many fans or more fans in our stands in Landover, Maryland. To lose like that, it was just bad. Obviously, Washington got off to not the best start. So I was there, but I don't know if all of Washington was there.
You say it's like a second home for us.
Players, but hopefully they bounce back week 4. Cowboys coming up is not going to be an easy task, and obviously staying within the division. I think just a lot of fans are disappointed, and I'll just say, like, people talk to me even now, like, what is this, 3 days after the game, just saying, like, I don't even know if I want to keep my season tickets anymore, like, I'm just fed up, Kelsey. Like, that's the point Washington fans are at right now, because they just been through it, all right? This is deja vu. We've seen this story before, and we want it to change. We want this narrative to change. So something needs to happen.
Hey, guys, Kelsey, tell the fans it's only week 3.
It's just only week 3.
It's only the week 3. Like as much as I am, As much as I am excited, you guys know I've been claiming the Eagles are going to be that team for a long time now.
I told them to be fair. I said the Eagles would win the division. And I get it's week 3, but I do have to say still, you can foreshadow things. And what you see early, can be an indicator for the future. And that's why I think fans are getting a little bit scared, about this Washington team because, you don't want to quickly drop behind and play catch up. Not to say that Washington has been before a second kind of half of the season team where they've been able to turn things around. But these division games, as we both know, they're important games. It should be battles. We got to get back to the glory days in the NFC East when people used to love watching football.
Someone can't just keep running away with it. But hey, this is our year right now, and that's what I'm hoping happens. So I can't really say that. But I will say this, though. 2-1 is not bad either. To start season. You guys are tied with the Cowboys, right? Both of you guys are 2-1. It's only a game behind. There's a
Washington is 1-2, Randall.
They're 1-2?
Yeah. Remember, they lost to the Lions. And then now
the Giants are 2-1.
Yeah, so you're getting the NFC.
Yeah, I'll get my teams mixed up. The Giants are 2-1, and Washington's 1-2. Well, like I said, still week 3. There's still 14 more games to play. You still got
bye week. There's still lots coming up. But I still think for Washington though, it's just not the way you wanted to start, right? The whole narrative this season was we finally got a veteran quarterback in Washington, right? Carson Wentz supposed to be that veteran leadership. It's supposed to be his rebound, his year. Shut the haters up, silence the haters, silence that narrative. But all that to say, so far, and it's not completely Wentz's fault. We do have to talk about that offensive line and their struggles as well. And honestly, if you look at his numbers the last game, 25 of 43 passing, 211 yards, 22 yards on carries. Not the worst numbers, but we also have to talk about the fumble or, the fumbles that he's had, the interception. Like it's just so many things, it's basically been a series of unfortunate events, unfortunately these last 2 games. And it's just not looking good right now. I mean, there are fans calling for backup quarterbacks. Like they thought they had seen enough. And as you said, we just finished game 3. So I think especially Scott Turner and this Washington offense, the pressure is on them. Getting shut out, that's embarrassing, right, Randall? Like 2 weeks in a row in the first half. Like you can't do that. 22-0 in the first half against the Lions. And then against you all, 24-0. And yes, I see the thing, 9 sacks. What? So
that's Zach, baby.
The line has one job.
Listen. Even before the pregame, I was like, I want to see the Eagles defense. They weren't getting sacks. They were getting close to home. I want to see them get at least 5 sacks. That'd be a good game for the Eagles. And then we got 9. I was like, thank you, Carson Wentz. But I think it might even be a little bit more motivation for guys like, that played against them. I'm saying? The Sweats, the, Grahams.
Oh, of course. Like, you see an old thing.
Like, I'm going to go hit them.
Of course. Like, think about it. It's like when you see, your ex or something, you got to have the glow up and be better, So that's what it was. It was like, hey, Carson, how you doing? Well, next thing you know, I'm going to knock you on the ground. Hope you're doing well. And they kept doing it and pounding it. And it was unfortunate. Again, it was Washington, their offensive line, honestly, should just be embarrassed after that game. Allowing the Eagles to get the 9 sacks. And then, how can you expect your quarterback to win a game when he's constantly feeling the pressure? Because I think what you saw, because he was getting sacked, he looked uncomfortable at times in that pocket.
Yeah.
He started holding on to the ball too long. He looked apprehensive about what he wanted to do. That gets to your psyche, right? When you keep landing on your back enough, you keep getting hit hard enough.
You land on your head.
Yes, that's what you saw with Carson Wentz. And so I think it was hard to get anything going with that offense. It's the pressure he kept feeling, which means you have to release the ball quickly, which means probably not able to get deep into your offensive playbook, right? When all of that pressure is you have to account for, and your offensive line, unfortunately, isn't making the adjustments that it needs to make to handle, right, the pressure that it's making. But it is props to the Eagles and what their defense has been able to do. I'm sure they were definitely celebrating in that locker room after, as they should have, as they should have been, because this game just, for Washington fans, again, it just, luckily, I guess the one positive is the defense, right? If we talk about this game, the defense being able to shut out the Eagles that second half, like that was a positive, right?
Wait,
Kel.
Wait, Kel. And I've been hearing this a lot, and that is something that I wanted to get off my chest. Is everybody keeps saying the last 2 games, the Eagles' offense has been shut down in the second half. When you're up and your defense is playing good, you go into, drain the clock mode. You're not calling the best plays in the world. You're not doing it on purpose. All you want is that clock to keep rolling. I think, especially last game against you guys, we were still stopping you on defense. You know what I'm saying? We're still just getting the ball back. Carson wasn't really doing anything. I think if Carson maybe say he scored another touchdown and try to get you guys back in the game or something like that, you probably would have seen more aggressive play calls. But people to think that we have the most complete team in the NFL.
I mean, you have to say that because you're a fan. And look, I like the Eagles on both sides of the ball. But I think you can look at that Baltimore Ravens Miami Dolphins game as to say, you want to put a team away for good. And I'm not saying, of course, that happened in this game, but look at what the Dolphins were able to do to bounce back, right? Losing against a Baltimore Ravens team, but they were able to test that defense and come back and win it. And now everyone and their mama is singing Tua Tagovailoa's praises because of what he was able to do that game. So I said that to say I agree with you.
Tua
but if you
and
want to
Jalen
go far
again.
in the post, isn't that great? So, and look at that. And Jalen Hurts, even Philly fans. I remember Philly fans wanting to run Jalen Hurts out of Philly. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's changing their tune. Oh, Jalen, I love you. You know, come to Sunday dinner and all of this stuff. And I love it for Jalen Hurts because I think he's a very talented quarterback. And I'm honestly loving seeing him thrive, especially with the weapons that he has. He's maximizing it because at the beginning of the season, I said on paper, Philadelphia looks like a complete team that you have to take seriously this season. I have them winning the NFC East. I think what the game that we just saw between the Giants and the Cowboys, you know, that kind of was a snooze fest to start out. The Cowboys, the big question was their wide receivers, right, in their offense and what they would be able to do. Obviously, now 2 questions at the quarterback position and just seeing how, you know, who will continue to kind of lead that reign. And obviously, defensive wise, we had questions. But to the Cowboys, you know, to the Cowboys' kind of pleasure and positive, they're leading the NFL right now in sacks, right? So they're able to get, you know, to the quarterback. And obviously last year, one of their special things was takeaways. So the defense has been a special part of the Cowboys. Michael Parsons and, you know, that whole company, right, is something you do have to sing the praises of. But all in all, again, I like the Eagles on both sides of the ball. That's why the Commanders are going to have to really step up if they want to compete in the NFC East. Because who even had the Giants, you know, being a team that we would take seriously, you know, this year. That took some folks by surprise. Danny, you know, we can't blame it all on Danny. Like, you know, I mean, that was a team loss, right? He was doing what he could. But, you know, the Giants are also proving like they might have something to say this season within the division.
I hope overall our division gets some more respect this year. Like, I want all the teams to do good. I just want us to be the best team. You know, like, I want you know the Eagles to be undefeated. I want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. You guys can all win 10 games. Is that what you guys want to do? If it's not us, you know, like I'm cool with that because I'm tired of people putting. We're the only division that all of us have Super Bowls. You know, the only division. So that's some
legacy, right? For all the teams. This goes back to like the glory days, you know, for the teams. But, you know, to that point, though, also, I think in terms of relevance, like we want to get these teams back in the Super Bowl. Now, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles, you guys have a more somewhat
recent. Go get one of these.
But, you know, the Cowboys, it's been a long time. You know, I got to try on a Super Bowl ring when I was at the game this past Sunday, and that ring was before I was born. That's an issue. That's a problem because I'm getting older. I'm getting older, so we need to change that in Washington. And, you know, Giants fans, you know, they want it. Like New York fans, they want it for every team, but, you know. So I say all that to say, like, the NFC East, like I said, at one time it was like that division. But I think now we're looking at the AFC teams, right? Especially like, you know, look at the AFC. That's what we're the quarterbacks in those divisions, the defense in those divisions. So, you know, we want to get the NFC back some respect on their name, right, in the NFC East. And so that's what I think what the Eagles play is doing is helping to do because of how great they're playing, football early on this season.
Yeah, we're going to see what do you think Carson is got the guy? Do you think he's going to bounce out of this mental break? That's the hugest problem with him. But do you think he can do it this year? Like, you know, maybe playing Philly early in the season is an emotional game for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of get stuck. You want to be the man because that's what Carson's biggest problem was. Ever since he took us that year in 2017, won all them games, MVP candidate, the man, you know what I'm saying, in the world, got hurt, and even stood in there, won the game for us to clinch. You know what I'm saying? The first round bye. It's like, dang, he did everything possible. Then Nick came in and won the Super Bowl. But ever since then, man, I feel like he rushed himself. He tried to get back too soon. He tried to be that star too soon. He wanted to be the man too soon. He didn't like coming to work seeing Nick's, you know, statue outside the building when he's the man.
When you do a lot for that team. And I think that would mess up anybody's psyche, right? Anytime you do all of this work and then kind of somebody else gets to take credit, even though they earned it, and you're kind of forgotten about, that hurts. And I think, you know, Carson Wentz now, he knows he's on the bounce back. He's on the repeat. We saw what happened in Indy, and I don't fully blame that on Carson. And, the Colts kind of starting off this season, people were a little bit worried about till most recently this past weekend. But all that to say, I've said this so many times, I think this is the last stand for Carson in terms of being a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Now, the problem with Washington is, one, Washington, much like Philadelphia, is not an easy place to play. All right. It's not an easy place to play. And also, let's just be honest, this Commanders team has had a lot surrounding it on and off the football field, right? So you put all that onto somebody who's a leader of this football team. Probably everybody remembers, the whole dispute with the reporter here in DC that kind of went viral, and he was like, basically calling Carson out, like, what are you going to do when people, really don't trust you, don't believe in you. And so Carson hears, all this noise. And so I think the pressure is on Carson. Again, the whole point he was brought here is because Washington needed a leader, and they wanted to get some stability in that quarterback realm, because for the last 2 decades, it's been a winding carousel with quarterbacks here in Washington, and they've been trying to find that guy. Ron Rivera said Carson is the guy. He's always believed in him. He recently disputed the reports that Jimmy G was possibly a contender, to come here to Washington. They know I've always believed in Carson. And so if the head coach is believing in you, and honestly, the Washington fans, many are looking at Ron Rivera too, saying, hey, how long are you going to be here if you can't start winning? Coach is tying himself to you. So, that means Ron Rivera's success this year is also going to be dependent upon Carson Wentz's success. And when you look at Washington and the receivers they have, right, and the tight end, there's a lot of good players there. So all you have to do is get them the ball. So I say all that to say, I think the pressure is high on Carson. He is a veteran, 29 years old in this league. He's not a baby anymore. And the pressure's on in this league. If you can't step up and do what you need to do, there's other guys behind you willing to play. And better believe fans will also be calling on them if they feel like he's not doing the job. I'll tell you already, just in DC, tides have changed against Carson Wentz.
Who they want
in? Still in the sand.
They want an outside guy, or they want Heineke?
He's loved here. And Sam Howell, with the way he played in the preseason, is also loved here. So all that to say, people kind of were a little apprehensive about Carson Wentz. But again, because of that 2017, what he's done, and you think about his high mark, that's what they were excited about. Could he get back? It's kind of, how we felt about Dwight Howard at one time. But could he get back to being Superman? Well, could Carson Wentz get back to being Carson Wentz, and kind of that greatness? Because again, in Indy, I don't think we can downplay what he did. Now, it's unfortunate how it ended in Indy, but that's, again, not just Carson Wentz's fault. You got to look at that team. But especially, again, going against a division rival, like, this is supposed to be like a revenge game for Carson. And instead, it turned into a game that he's probably going to want to wipe out, his life. When you're on your back 9 times, like, that's not good. That's not good. So I think Carson Wentz, I think he knows he has to turn it around. The pressure is on him. Because again, if he does not do it this year in this season with this Washington Commanders team, it's going to be hard for him, I think, to really say that, he deserves to be, starting quarterback. I think he'd be much like Joe Flacco, maybe on the bounce back, maybe getting an opportunity if somebody gets hurt. I think that would be kind of what Carson Wentz's career turns into, being that backup, maybe getting a starting position, if there's some unfortunate event, for another team. There you go. Felt bad for Carson. I do too, because, again, I think you said that he was rushed back a bit. But because the pressure was on him. And, look at RG3's career, rushed back. But all that to say, it is what it is now. And this is a next man up type of league. This is a league where you need to win. And Washington is a team that really needs to win. And so there's no excuses. There's no excuses. And that was the whole thing about Ron Rivera coming to Washington too, right? Very serious. You look at this name change, Commanders, supposed to be a serious name, taking command of this team and the ownership and leadership. Well, that's what we need to see on the football field. I think that's what people are waiting to see from Carson Wentz. The one thing I'll add, the one thing people like about Heineke a lot is that, like, it seems like the guy will do anything to get that first down, right? Like, he'll scramble, he'll run. Washington fans want to see that heart. What are you going to do to make it happen? Next door in Baltimore, everybody loves Lamar because Lamar is going to make it happen, right? On his legs or now through his arm, to get that first down. That's what they want to see from Carson. And then from the coaches on the sideline, they want to see that anger, that, frustration when you mess up. So you can go back, on the other end and, just go back in and have a good game. And so I think, again, for Carson, this rivalry game is going to be very telling because Washington fans already hurt from losing to the Eagles at home. But now on the road, if you go into Jerry's world and lose to the Dallas Cowboys, it's going to be like a dagger in the heart of so many fans. This Washington team, it's going to be hard to get fans back on the bandwagon.
Do you think Carson finishes this season?
So,
your honest opinion.
Far, Ron Rivera said he's sticking to Carson. But I think because it's still early in the season, he can say that. Now, I do think I think kind of like much like the 49ers, if Trey Lance had not gotten hurt, like they did want to stick to him the full season, Washington. But I also don't think they didn't foreshadow how it was going now, right? Like, let's just be honest. So I think all that to say, Ron Rivera, the pressure is going to be on him in this franchise. So I think it's going to be very dependent upon his play. I don't know if I guarantee him starting this season, especially if Washington is under the 500 mark by the time we get halfway through this season.
And what do you think about next week's game, that division game? How do you see this thing playing out? For all my Cowboys, I got some Cowboy fans in the chat. Do you think that Carson's going to do it this week?
So let me tell you this. I think for one, if the offensive line can get it together, it's going to be a huge difference. Because Dallas's pass rush, I mean, they've been praised for that, right? Like, I mean, we know what Dallas can bring. And I think, hello, guys. I love your vids. They're so great talking during the show. And then I think also the biggest thing with Washington is who are going to be the guys to step up. When you look at Washington, their defense, it's been somewhat depleted. They've had injuries, right, on that defensive front. And so you look at the defense that was highly touted, but you have to look at the young guys that have had to step up kind of in that place. And then the secondary also has, been tested. Kendall Fuller is a guy that's getting talked about, a lot here in Washington after your guy, kind of had his way.
But as he said, like, no one should compare anything to the Eagles. Like, it's not just the cockiness of it. It's not just being an Eagles fan. It's just like you got to have the eye test. Look at our roster. It's depth, like not many people got three good receivers like that and a good tight end. Not many people got three good cornerbacks and a good safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just rare. Like, it's rare to have a complete team. And I think that's more the thing why. Look at Justin Jefferson, what he had, all them yards, like 100-something yards, 80-something yards against whatever, and then he comes against us and he doesn't get 100. You know what I'm saying? He got 40-something yards against it. It's just because that's how talented this team is. And the fact that we're doing this and we're winning the way we are with, room to grow, like, they're not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. We're not satisfied as a fan base. We want to keep better playing.
Can I do a follow-up? Do you have Philly going undefeated then this season?
Listen. Everybody know on BIRDGANG's channel is 17-0 until proven otherwise. Every Eagles season.
Super Bowl. We're
Super Bowl this year. I got it. We're going to be. I already told my mom lives in Arizona. I already told her mom, around, was it February? I'll be down there, because the Eagles will be in Arizona playing in the Super Bowl this year. So she said she got space for me. So I'll see you then.
That's good. I mean, you're confident. So honestly, with how the Eagles are playing so far, again, they look good. And there are some people, singing that, same tune. But, I think the biggest thing, I honestly, going back to Dallas, like the biggest thing for Washington, you can't get down that far against the Dallas Cowboys, right? So you can't have these games where you're down 22-0 to 24-0 if Washington wants to win this game. And then also first downs are so important for Washington. It's something that they've been struggling passing the ball on. Washington really has to get the run game going. When they had a strong run game last season, Randall, they were winning football games. So you want to reestablish that because, again, you want to take some of the pressure off of Carson. And then talking about, we're both talking about talented wide receivers. Washington has Terry McLaurin. Like
Scary Terry had 100. I didn't think he was.
But he needs to be a factor in the Dallas Cowboys game. Curtis Samuel hopefully having another big game. Logan Thomas, and we need the tight end being used. He should be utilized more if Washington really wants. You need to have, to your point, multiple weapons, right? To switch things up. I think that's going to be huge. And then also, they're bringing the pass rush. That means you're going to have to make these quick screen throws. Like, it's going to be a lot of stuff that just needs to happen for Washington. But I do think, it's not the end of the world. What I saw from Dallas against the Giants, not saying they're going to bring that same display on Sunday, but Dallas is not a scary team right now.
It wasn't scary. Neither team looks scary to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
During that game.
Yeah. I was like, who's going to win this game? I'm not sure who's winning this one,
There you go. So that's the thing about it. So I think it shows that, Dallas Cowboys, can be beat. But again, I think just the offense has to get going in Washington. The first two games of the season, when you look at the offense, they finished the first half with a combined 106 yards. That's embarrassing. At one point in the Eagles game, Washington was negative yardage. Come on. Like, if you want to win a football game, you can't have these type of things where, you these mistakes that are going to end up just hitting you in the foot. And then also when you look at those first two games, Washington was leading the league, when we're talking about the defense, leading the league with pass plays over 40 yards. You can't have the big plays, especially in Dallas, right? Especially in Dallas, when their wide receivers are able to step up. But of course, the big thing in Dallas, can you stop that run game, right? Well, let's just be honest. Can you stop that run game? Can you, Ezekiel Elliott probably after the last game, too, feeling himself, as he should be.
Yeah.
Zeke, feed Zeke, let Zeke eat. But that's it's going to be a lot of pressure on the defense, I think, to step up this time in Washington. I think they're going to have to create more opportunities for the offense, and Carson Wentz hopefully get a takeaway, get an interception. They need the pick, I think, for Washington to hopefully come out this game in Dallas with a W, and hopefully then get back to the 500 mark and become a 2-2 team.
Yeah, because I do think, you guys got some boys up front, and they got JPP on their line at guard, and a rookie. So I think it'd be a little different for them boys up front. They got the Hurts a couple times, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be a little different for them to get to Cooper Rush. I don't think they're worried about Rush running anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think too many are.
Yeah. So I think that you guys
positive right now for Washington is that they're getting Cooper Rush, even though I think Dak Prescott tried to make like he was coming back, but we know
he ain't coming back.
He's not. He's just trying to get fans excited, which I get it, especially in Dallas. But as you said, and they did get some pressure on Jalen Hurts. I mean, Jalen Hurts again. He's playing good football. He can get it done with his arms and on his legs, and that's what makes him so special. In that pocket. And then again, just a supporting cast. If the Eagles can stay healthy, they're going to be a very dangerous team.
Give me Jalen Hurts ranking to you. Like, some people I think he's the best quarterback in the league right now, hands down. And I think, from how many games he's played, it showed that he was the only quarterback ever with 9,000 yards passing, 4,000 yards, 1,000, like a couple thousand yards rushing, whatever it was. I had the stat. I got to look it up, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. The way that he keeps coming up, his name keeps coming up, and different levels of things where it's like, okay, he's the only quarterback, he's the first quarterback, he's one of three quarterbacks, he's fantasy player of the year, he's Pro Bowl alternate, and the fact that he keeps consistently growing, game by game, week by week, whether it's off the field, on the field, you see him out there putting in the work. He got some pretty good numbers this year.
Jalen is a good quarterback. I've been a believer of him since the beginning. But I think right now though it's hard because there's so many good quarterbacks right in the league. And nobody would have thought, I think, that Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, the two quarterbacks right now leading the league after 3 weeks of football, because they're two quarterbacks that, honestly, let's be real, had a lot of pressure on them. Tua had to step up. We were talking about a different face in Miami. Lamar was a face. People were like, Lamar's from Florida. The Ravens don't give him the bag. Maybe one day he'll win. So Tua had that pressure on him. Jalen Hurts, we didn't know, is he the quarterback? And even now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if Philly fans are saying he's the quarterback of the future in Philadelphia, but I think he's doing enough now to kind of make that, that down payment on his future, I'll say, in Philadelphia. But I think, when you have guys like Josh Allen and the Bills, and a team like that that's continuing to roll, another guy that also has weapons, Lamar Jackson, again, Patrick Mahomes, who is still Patrick Mahomes. You got TB. TB's a little, we saw him trying to run a little bit, a little speed. He tried to show off. Tom Brady is still Tom Brady. But I think Jalen Hurts, I have him as a good quarterback, in the league. But again, I think it's hard because we are Justin Herbert. I mean, there's so many talented quarterbacks right now that we're seeing.
I feel like those guys get thrown into saying that they're good automatically right off the jump. And then you look at Jalen, he has better numbers.
Technically better numbers. But if you're building your fantasy team or whatever you're building, you want to look at who you build a team around. Well, fantasy-wise, you might like Jalen. But if you're looking at who you want to build a team around, for the long run and in the future, and these are the quarterbacks we're seeing, I'd say, get paid, right? Josh Allen got paid. Kyler Murray got paid. The quarterbacks we're seeing get paid. And it's true. It's true. I've seen this. I saw the same thing, Josh Allen compared to Lamar. So I've seen these numbers. But to be fair, we're sports people. You can't just look at numbers, right? I hear you. And
winner,
I see you.
Leader. I'm looking at more than just numbers. I'm looking at, yes, you guys compare everybody compares these other guys to Jalen, and Jalen has better numbers, but he is a better off the field leader. He does have room to grow. He's only in his second year. He's still young. Like you said, 3 weeks right now.
Do you think the Eagles have been tested like hard enough for us to talk about Jalen in that way? So saying that to say,
listen, Minnesota, when we played them, Minnesota's going to walk us. They're supposed to be so much better when they play. Like everybody saying now, because they lost a couple games, that Minnesota's not that good. But it was only week 2 when we played them. You know what I'm saying? Like he did good. He's won some good football games against some pretty good teams. Like were they the best teams in the league? No. Even the Lions. Look at the Lions. What they're 2-1, right? The Lions are 2-1 right now. You guys beat the Lions. Hello, the Lions got a good defense. The Lions golf is playing some good football this year. You know what I'm saying? So everybody lives off the past. Like last year, what the last year Lions look like? What's the last year? Even Washington.
That's what we have to go off of, right?
No,
and I completely hear you.
The moment
but
we played,
I'm rooting for the Eagles because I'm looking at your schedule coming up. Right, you have the Jaguars right on Sunday. Which
even that game is not even
true because the Jaguars have turned stuff around.
Right? Yeah, aren't they 2-1 too?
Then you have the Cardinals, right? And the Cardinals are a team that could go either way. The Cowboys, we just talked about the Cowboys, so it'll be interesting to see that 16. Then the Steelers, I don't think anybody's scared about the Steelers this year. You know, the Steelers just aren't, they aren't the same. And then the Texans, okay. And then you have the Commanders again. So I'm not saying anything bad. And then the hardest team right now, I'm looking at the Eagles schedule that you have coming up, depends on if the Colts continue to change things around. You have the Packers on November 27th and the Titans on December 4th. Now, those might be a game, right? I think right now that
I'm not worried about nobody on the schedule, to be honest.
And then you have the Giants December 11th. I'm just saying, in Philadelphia,
I'm not worried about the Giants, the Packers.
The is working in your favor.
It definitely working in our favor. And that's going to keep us. But see, what scared me is during this is we give up on some of these teams we should be. But like you said, even this week coming up against Jacksonville, that's not a gimme. You know, Dougie P.
Jacksonville's turning it around.
He coming with vengeance. You know, you guys fired me after I giving you your Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He's getting his team fired up. ETN's back this year. He wasn't even playing last year. You know, the whole coach staff different. They got Kirk over there. You know what I'm saying? They got some weapons over there now, you know, as opposed to last year. They got some defensive players. They got Greg Lloyd and Trayvon Walker. You know what I'm saying? They got both of them guys, you know, on their team. You know, so they got some good guys over there. And their football team, I think, they're 2-1 this year so far. They're winning football game, but they just won a team last week that was good. So it's like you can't discount them. You can't really discount nobody. But, you know, like I said, for me, it just comes down to the complete team. You know,
it is. Again, if they stay healthy, this Eagles team could be very dangerous, right? Yeah. And I get it. I know you guys didn't make the schedule. Believe me, you want the schedule to be in your favor. I'm saying, like, it's not a bad
Every team do that.
All I'm saying is sometimes, you know, like, you know, show me who you are. You know, sometimes it's kind of like a person. I'm like, I can't judge a person or know who you are until you've been through adversity. You know, if you're dating someone, I always say, let me see how you are when you get mad. You know, I don't want to see this give me show that you're giving me on the social media thing. I want to see how you act, you know, when you get tested, mad, you know, when challenges are your way, because that's kind of like, you know, pressure makes diamonds. That's when I can see who you really are. And I think that's, you know, why the Bills get credit because, you know, because they've been able to beat good teams, right? Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because he's been able to beat great football teams, you know. So all that to say, you know, again, I'm Eagles fans. Again, I had y'all picking the division, so don't put hate on me. I got hate from.
Hey, no hate. It's all love over here, Kels.
To win the division, but you know, all that to say, man, Randall, always good to catch up with you. I know
always
we have to wrap the hint, Randall, but again, Philly, congrats on the win. We'll see right now, you know, who comes out top of the NFC East. But right now, I'm still sticking with my pick of the Philadelphia Eagles winning the division.
Yes. Well, thank you again, Kelsey. You guys go subscribe
Thank
to her.
Thank you so much for having me.
One of the best doing it, man. For real. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, Randall. And you know, I won't say fly Eagles fly, but congrats, Philadelphia, on your win. I might be at that game in Philadelphia. So Philly fans, make sure you show a girl some love.
Right. Have a good one.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, guys. So that was a good one. You know, she had some good points, but you know, it's her season. It's the Eagles season. You know, there's no one that can beat us, you know, on that schedule. There's no one that deepest us. There's no one with so many players playing at a high level. They don't have no one has Jalen Hurts on their roster. You know, be looking forward to total domination this year is what I'm saying. Be looking forward to the Eagles. You know, really shouldn't lose the game. For real. Shout out to Eagles Sixers fan keeping it real. 499 Super Jack. He says Andre Dillard in a third-round pick in 2023 for Kareem Hunt. I'll do that in a heartbeat. You guys want to know another one? You know, another one that I was thinking about that might be good, might even cost you a little less, is to see. I know Atlanta was having problems with Cordell Patterson. You know, he's the third best back, third most rushing yards in the league this year, and he got special teams abilities. Why not go out and get a guy like him? You know what I'm saying? Go trade. Atlanta's going to need a quarterback next year. Go give him a second-round pick. You know what I'm saying? Or go give him a tackle like Dillard and, you know, a second-round pick or something like that to go get Cordell Patterson while he's still got some years left. You know, that'll help out our special team. Kobe's not the guy. You know, all the people that could be the guy, definitely don't want to put him in the game. I'm not putting Smitty in the game. I'm not putting, unless it's like crucial situations, you know, last play of the game type stuff. You know, I'm not putting Quez in the game as return man. You know, AJ definitely is out. You know, so go get you a guy, a special teamer. Imagine, I was just talking about this with somebody the other day. Imagine if we got a kick returner on this roster that actually put some fear in somebody. You know, we'll be a bad team, man. Plus, he can still help you out, help spell Miles Sanders for a couple plays. He's a receiver, he's a punter. I mean, a running back. He can do a little bit of everything. But shout out to you for the $5 super chat, my guy. I'm down Kareem Hunt too, but man, Cleveland be stupid to get rid of Kareem Hunt, especially when you guys they're gonna have Deshaun Watson coming back. Man, that's gonna be crazy. You know, when Watson does get back there, if he's what he used to be, man, it's gonna be a good year for Cleveland. Does she have a channel? Yes, Kelsey does have a channel. Let me scroll up. Probably should pin it. Let me see. Where is it? Shout out to you guys. Hey, shout out to 20 up in here. Hit that like. You know, we just hit 5K today. Much love to all you guys. Salute to all you guys for the support, the love, you know, coming in, you know, hanging out with me, talk some Eagles football, listening to me tell you how Jalen Hurts is going to be the man and watching them do it together. So, you know, shout out to all you guys. Couldn't do this without you. I'm finding this. It was far. Here it is right here. Let's see if I can pin this. So that is Kelsey's YouTube channel. It is inside the chat. You guys go subscribe to her. She's been on shows with legends, man. Like she definitely does her thing over there. She does a little bit of everything, a little bit of all sports, man. She's definitely good. One of the best female content creators out there. You know, she likes a lot of sports in general, not just one team. So go check her out. What's up? How you doing? User Facebook, you gotta unlock your name so we can see that. Or you can come over to YouTube. That'd be cool too. Either way. Yep. Links at the top. What up, Shifty? So yeah, guys. How do you guys feel about the Eagles? Are we worth, you know, all the hype? Are you guys on the train with me? Do you believe now? Are you guys finally seeing the vision when I say 17-0 until proven otherwise? Why I say it? You know, this team is dominating. Our depth is amazing. We're deep at every position. You know, we can run away with this now if we stay the course. And a good thing about the wins is they came with room to grow. If they didn't have no room to grow, you know, we were just beating teams, you know, hand and shoulders, nothing wrong. 56-0, you know, things like that, then there'd probably be a problem this early in the season. But the fact that we all watch the games, we see that these guys can even get better, and that's scary dangerous. Scary dangerous. What up, Drew? Thanks, Ready Red. That's scary dangerous, man. He says Eagles, Dolphins, Super Bowl. I can see that happening. You know, isn't it crazy how, you know, these guys were just teammates a little while back. Hurts and Tua. Now both of them tops in the lead at quarterback on the only two undefeated teams left in the NFL after 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, they both went out. Teams both went out and surrounded them with talent. Drafting Devontae Smith, drafting Waddle last year for the Dolphins. You know, going out and get Tyreek Hill for the Dolphins. Going out and get A.J. Brown for the Eagles. It's like the teams had defenses, have some nice running backs. You know, they got weapons. You know, they're surrounding these young leaders that come from a winning organization where they won championships, and they're surrounding them with the talent that they had on those teams so they can look as good as they did when they played for those teams. Smart business. What up, Michael Johnson? How you doing, my guy? Big Bird Gang in the building for show. So it's crazy. You know, it's a long season. Can't get too hyped about anything, you know. Stay the course. Want to overthrow me, guys? Show me, hey, guys, come on, ready. You guys are struggling against the Giants. You know, and I know the Giants were undefeated at the time, but I'm not. No. Come on. Got the top 5 receivers, Diggs, Waddle, and Tyreek. Then you got Mr. A.J. Brown, 4th receiver in the league right now. That's pretty tight. I like it. Quarterbacks. You got Josh Allen, Tua, Jalen, Herbert, and Flacco. That's an interesting one right there. Flacco. Running backs. And this is what I was saying right here. Look at this. Chubbs, Barkley doing this thing. But there's Cordell Patterson, 302 rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? He's dangerous. He's a veteran. Go call up Atlanta right now. What do you guys want? What will it take to get a guy like Cordell Patterson on your football team. That's what Howie Roseman should be talking about. That's what he should be thinking about. Yes, we have a complete team. Yes, we're good. But the one area you can say that is struggling mightily is that return game. That return game is struggling. Go get Cordell Patterson, third leading rusher in the league. Pair him up, give him some sweeps, give him some things, to spell out Miles Sanders, man. It would be crazy. You too, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. He said the Lions put 30 points in y'all. Yeah, that was week 1. And the Lions are a good football team. Ready? They're a good football team. Can't say they're not. Are they great? No. Are they complete? No. But they're a good football team. They put that pressure on them. And that was just week 1, 2. Players got to get used to playing with each other. First live action. And for real, I think slow starts come from lack of practice in the preseason and off season. That's where that comes from. That's where you get so many slow starts and teams struggling out the gate. There's some good teams out there right now struggling out the gate. I promise you will get better before the season's over. I'm not trying to hope that I'm not thinking this is just fool's gold either. I do think that we can, we can get better. If we get better, it can get scarier real fast. We can clinch stuff early this year. If we keep getting better with the injury, we don't get hit with the injury bug. Drew Johnson says Atlanta is not giving up Patterson. If they do, it would be expensive. But I'm saying that's your weak link. You're missing a special team player. You're missing a special team ace. This team can be the best team in a long time. And we still got 14 games, to make that happen. We're on pace right now. I'll give up. If you're not getting a quarterback next year, maybe swap ones maybe not swap one, but give them like a future one. No, I'm not giving up a 1 for Patterson. Give him a 2. Give him a 2 and a player. Cordell Patterson's worth it. He's still got at least 2-3 more good years left in him. So I would do it. Give him Cordell. Go to get Cordell Patterson right now. Yeah. Because that helps your team in special teams. It helps you in the run game. And it gives you another receiver in case one of your top receivers goes down. So, you got to overstack the box. You got to make, your offense, your special team, your defense unstoppable. Can't stop. So nobody got out of the teams on us or over 200 passing yards. Okay. But y'all haven't even put up as many points as us. Talking about the defense. What about offense? What offenses have you guys really played? Saquon's good. Giants, though. Come on. What up, Mitch? Shout out to Mitch and build another Eagles content creator. Hooked up that nice, very nice countdown for me. So salute to you, my guy. Braves fan in the building. So how you guys feel about this? Is it right that the Eagles #1 ranked team in NFL? Do you guys agree with that? Let's put it in the chat. Let's see. Hold on, real fast. I'm gonna put this in the chat. We're gonna find out who believes this team is #1. Let's see here. There it is. Answer. Best team in the league, too. Not just the NFC. It's like slowly but surely everybody's getting on board. They're saying, oh, wow, Eagles starting to look good. I've been saying this all offseason. Once we got Bradbury, we could have stopped then, and I would still had the same faith about our team. We ended up getting Chauncey Gardner Jr., Johnson. Still adding. We can still add right now and get better. You know, I really think that, it's just about the depth. It's just about, there are some good teams out there, but obviously anybody can go down with injuries. But I feel like we got a lot of positions that we can afford to lose one or two players without it devastating our team or changing the mind frame or the outcome of the games. Maybe if we got rid of Jalen, that would be huge. But I'm saying besides Jalen Hurts, there's a lot of players we could lose and still be good. Special team is more than returners. It may be coaching, effort, blocking, but like someone to break it down. Yeah, that's true. That's a good job. That's true too, man. The coaching, could not be doing it. I haven't seen nothing fancy, but returns are kind of returns, like what kind of returns? There's a couple, but you can mix it up there. You can change the way they block. You change the formation that they're out there and their return in. So yeah, I get it, Drew. That's 100% true. The effort. I don't really know about the effort blocking because I feel like this team is hyped. You see him hyped on offense. You see him hyped on defense. Some of those players play on special teams. So, but I'm just saying that to say too, Britton Covey is having a little bit of the whole, maybe we just got to keep him out there. Maybe he's doing big things in practice we don't know about. We don't see. So maybe just keep him out there. He got to get the nerves out. He is a rookie, so maybe it just takes a minute. But I do agree, coaching and blocking, effort definitely are some big keys. The only reason why you beat the Giants is because Danny food stamps. Yeah, because Danny food stamps suck. I believe it. Nah. Disco Danny wasn't the reason. Yeah, actually kind of was at the end during that pick right there. That was kind of horrible. If you had a real quarterback, maybe they would have drove down the field and scored. Said Miami is the best team in the league. They beat the Bills. Huh. Interesting. They beat the Bills. But the Bills got defensive players missing. So they didn't beat a full power Bills team. I don't think they're as complete as we are right now because of health. I think there's a difference there. The Bills are 2-1. Eagles are 3-0. Eagles number one. Yes, we are. Definitely number one. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. They beat the banged up Bills. Good job, Miami. I'm not even hating on Miami. They beat Lamar Jackson and boys too. Lamar's been looking mighty good this year. Mighty good. I hear he's leading the MVP race right now. And gotta give it to him. He put some numbers up. See if he can consistently do it throughout the year. But Jalen's right there too, man. Jalen is right there. So it's gonna be a good season this year. I just wanted to get on here. I knew I had Kelsey on. She had, had her little schedule. She's a busy woman. Just want to continue talking about what I feel and how I feel about this team. I've been telling you guys it's the best. All off season, I told you it's gonna be very hard to beat this team. The only way we lose is if we beat ourselves. I really feel. I don't think teams are good enough to just, there's not one team in the league. Like, I'm not just talking about the NFC. That's what's crazy. Everybody want to give us the NFC. But they don't give us the NFL. Some players, obviously power rankings are coming out. We're number one in NFL. But they guarantee that we're the best team in the NFC. I'm telling you, we're the best team in the NFL, hands down. Name me another team as deep, as talented. I'll wait. Not that has talent, or not that won last year. Winning this year, the way we're winning with the depth that we have. I'm not saying all the Eagles teams were the best teams ever. I'm saying the 2022 Eagles team is the best team in the NFL. Yeah, the Ravens. Yeah, they beat the Ravens. That's what I was saying. They played some good football teams, but we can only play who's in front of us. You know, and we got to beat them in dominating fashion. You guys better beat the Giants. Like we went against, the 2-1 Lions. We went against Minnesota, who has, arguably one of the best receiving corps in the league. We were tested. Different levels of our team was tested. Now, have we played another complete team, top flight team? No, not yet, but we will. I think we even played the Dolphins. Did we play Dolphins this year? Bills secondary was out, and they beat the Bills by 2. Yeah, a banged up football team. But I'm not hating. That's still a win is a win in this league. And that's what you got to remember no matter what. They won. I'm not hating on the Dolphins. I just tell you that the Dolphins are not as complete as the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what I will say. No hate, no bias, just facts. He said we need to bring up the track star from the practice squad to return kicks and punts. Yeah, that'd be awesome. What's his name? Allen. Yeah. Why not? What else is he doing on practice squad? We gave Cubby a shot. Give Allen a shot. Who knows? Might even push, Cubby to be even better. Because right now, the way this team's bringing in talent, man, everybody got talent. Like football's really 90% mental, 10% physical. So you can have all the talent in the world. But just like with Carson Wentz, Jalen Reagor, you can be talented, but not mentally strong. It could take players time to get the game, understand the nuances of being an NFL player. So their production might not come until year 4. Some people it come year 2, 3, 4. Some people are better at the back end of their career. Just when did you pick it up? When were you mentally strong enough to handle the position that you were playing? That's what matters. We got a quarterback like Jalen Hurts. He doesn't have any kids, no wife. He ain't got nothing but time to get better, and he is getting better. They say he don't even leave the building. So obviously, you put that much time into something, the more you rep it, the more confident you get, the better you're gonna get. And I think you're seeing that with Jalen Hurts this year. Say a win is a win, but we have more depth. Yes, sir. We definitely got more depth. That's a fact. Ewing says, yeah, Allen. Yeah. I'm down with it. Ready, y'all 3-0. Congrats. Woo, yeah. I know, and it's going to be that way. This week is going to be 4-0. It's going to be 5-0. Then when we play you guys, it's going to be 6-0. Like, I don't really see even a chance of losing unless the Packers start, really playing some better football. So by the time we play them, they're dominating. That's a chance, I guess. I'm not saying we're going to dominate every single team, but I'm saying for the schedule that we got going on right now, it's our practice. It's our preseason. It's our off season. It's getting into tune. Find gear. What do they like to say? Getting fine tuned. You know what I'm saying? For the real part of the season. The back end, the playoffs, Super Bowl. If we can keep playing these teams and we can keep building confidence, why do you think teams like Alabama, Georgia, the SEC, the best division in college football, why do you think these guys are dominant so much? Because they play a lot of garbage teams throughout the year. Alabama play like Alabama Southern. It's like, why are you playing this team? 56 points at halftime. No starters playing in the second half. You know what I'm saying? But that's to get your team more reps, more practice. And that's what's going to happen this year. We're going to keep playing these teams that are not as talented as us so we can continue practicing. We're going to continue winning. Some might not be as impressive as the others, but as long as you're getting that W at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Padding the stats, looking good, building more confidence game by game by game by game. So by the time we play these good teams at the back end of the season, or in the playoffs, guess what? We will be a well-oiled machine, and it won't be as much as a challenge. And those players, especially the young ones that are on the team, will have that much more experience. And we're going to overall just be that much more dominating by that time. So it is good that our schedule is kind of soft right now. He said, I don't think we needed that receiver from the Colts. Kane would do just as much, if not more, than him. Yeah. Kane, yeah. Let him go try to return some kicks. Get him on the field. He was making some plays in preseason. You're right. You're right. And plus, we'll just say, I also think Miles should get more touches if he comes out, put game well in. Facts. Our running game, man. But I think this year, I'm not even going to hate on the way they're using them. They're being pretty balanced about the whole situation. You don't want to burn nobody out in the first 5 games of the season. You know, these are the seasons you use more people. You know, that's what the back end of the roster is really for, is so you can use them to spell your good players through early parts of the season to keep them fresh for the late part of the season. You know, when you get to week 17, 15, 16, 17, and you really need a win, these boys aren't going to be tired because you got nice rotation going in there. You know? Gainwell's been playing great. All the running backs, Boston Scott's been running the ball good. You know? Booby's spinning. I would like to see him get some more touches too, but it's still early. You know? Build it up. You know? If you could build up your first 6 games and nothing but, you know, Jalen Hurts passing and running, looking good. The receivers all putting up these big monstrous games. You're playing, you know, your type of football. When it comes November or December, you know what type of football it is. It's ground and pound time. And if a team has to worry about stopping A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Quez Watkins, all these studs we got on the receiving end, they're definitely not going to be able to stop the running game. You know, I think they're keeping the running game relevant. You know, we're not like bottom of the lead in rushing, so you know, you got to let them do their thing, man. Let them do their thing. Let them keep growing at the pace that they're growing at. Let them keep building confidence in the players they need to build the confidence in. Let them get the stats to the players. You know, you got that many receivers. Everybody want to eat. I told everybody before that I think we're going to have 3,000-yard receivers this year. I've said it. 3,000-yard receivers on our football team. Because Smitty and AJ both going over 1,000, especially keeping the pace they on right now. But either Quez or Goddard is going to be your other 1,000-yard receiver. You know, I don't think y'all hear me, though. Y'all been sleeping sometime. Y'all been sleeping on what I've been saying. And that's fine. I'm going to keep saying it. And we're going to keep watching it. He said, yes, Booby is trying to get paid. Yeah. He's running like he's trying to get paid, too. And a smart Howie Roseman and smart Eagles team's going to make him relevant, but not make him the superstar of the team. That's Jalen's spot. See, when you got a quarterback like Jalen, he's your quarterback star. He's a star quarterback, but he is a star running back too. You never want to stop that. I know people like, well, you know, that kind of play doesn't last long in the NFL. Running quarterbacks don't last long. He's a dual threat quarterback, meaning he's obviously showing you that he's gotten better in the passing game and he can run the football. That's just a plus. That's another skill set. That's another addition to what he do. And I think he's the smartest runner in the league. And our team, the way he runs, you know, he it's not all designated stuff. You know, RPO is a little designated. He can choose whether he wants to run it or give it off. But you look at guys like Josh Allen, you know, Lamar Jackson, these guys get, you know, plays drawn up with them being the primary ball carrier, you know, lead formation, where the running backs are blocking for these guys too. So I think their type of running quarterback is the type of running quarterback that don't last in the league. The one where they're making you, the quarterback, actually be the running back. Jalen be on pass plays and see everybody turn their back. He can get a first down. He's going to go run and slide or run and go get out of bounds. You know, take that to 15, take that 20. You know, or if he keeps an RPO, that means he kept it. he made the right read, and the defense is flowing the other way. So he's just going to do his thing. He's fast. He's strong. You know, that spin touchdown he did. Every year I keep saying Jalen has some of the best runs in the NFL. You know, and even the last 2 weeks, he's been winning games with his arm, not even with his legs. But that run was amazing. Hit that sideline, 3-4 yards out, boom. Got 3 people there. You drag 3 grown men into the end zone. That's heart. That's will. That's something that I don't think all quarterbacks can do. And now you see he is tops in the league in passing. What do you guys got to say about this man now? You know, I think it's time for any kind of hate to stop. He's doing his damn thing. And it's been getting done at a level that not very many quarterbacks, if any quarterbacks, has ever done it before. You know, he's going to be one of them quarterbacks. You're going to have to stop saying, oh, Jalen's like Mahomes. Jalen's like, Allen. Jalen's like Russell. No, the new era of quarterbacks coming in going to be like Jalen Hurts. Are going to wish they were like Jalen Hurts. That's what's about to happen. Yes. Facts, Ewing. He's a different breed. He's a rare breed. Not many like him. One of one. You know? One of one. One of one, man. And the funny thing is, he's not even the best he can possibly be. You know? He's not the best he can possibly be. He has not reached his full potential yet. He is not even close to being in his prime. That's the scary part of this. They started to take notices of, last year, you need to upgrade the passing. But he had all those electrifying plays, even one of the best runs last year in football. He's always been a playmaker. And he's getting better and better and better and better and better and better every week. Second year starting. Could you imagine year 4, 5, 6? He's going to be unstoppable by then. Yeah. Them haters are big mad. Yes, they are. I promise you they are. I promise you. Says, thank you so much for having me on. So I enjoyed joining you on the show. Thank you, Kels. Thanks for stopping by, girl. Make sure you guys go subscribe. The link is inside the chat. But thank you. Salute to you. The GOAT of women podcasting. She's great what she do. Go check her out. You can't game plan for Jalen. Not at all. How do you game plan for Jalen Hurts? How? Last year, they keep saying, all you got to do is throw, pressure him. He can't throw, pressure him. No. He can't read defenses. No quarterback goes into their first year starting to read defenses, period. That just don't happen. Not very rare, let's say that. I can't say none of them has ever done it, but it's not a thing that's normal. So the fact that was the only way that they can get to him, and what did the man do? He took out this offseason. He realized he studied his tape. He studied defenses. He got his head in the books, and he learned how to play the quarterback position by some of the best people that can teach you. That's what our quarterback did. And that's why you see the difference. You see him throwing the ball with anticipation. You see the ball come out 100% different and better, more accurate, more velocity. He's putting the ball right on the money. All throws. Rock the Artist, what's up, my guy? Big. What's up, Nina? How you doing today? You're early today, sorry. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Kelsey Nielsen was on. Shout out to her again. We talked a little bit. We had to wrap up, put a bow on that last game against the Washington Commanders there. So it was good. Check it out if you can later. But thanks for stopping by either way. Yes, make sure you hit that like, everyone. We just hit 5K today. I am so blessed. I've been so pumped. Been celebrating all day. It's been crazy. But this ain't it, I've only been doing this for a year. Not even everybody's heard of me yet. But I'm going to keep grinding. Keep coming. And just like Jalen Hurts, I'm going to get better every single day. Tell them the best. Tell them the best. Yes, how is the family? Hope everybody's safe. I seen those storm shutters, man. They look crazy, man. Them hurricanes, man. Everybody be like, California has earthquakes. I'd rather be in an earthquake than a hurricane, man. That's crazy. Even Alabama, they got thunderstorms where the lightning actually hit the ground. Like, what's going on? Why is there thunder coming right down next to me? Like, it's crazy out here. The southern eastern weather is a little bit different from the West Coast for sure. You say if we beat the Jazz, go 4-0, beat the Cardinals, then beat the Cowgirls or Clown Boys, ain't nobody stopping us. Facts. Like, I really think that Cowboys game is going to be the last litmus test for Jalen Hurts, for everybody to finally get on the bandwagon, because they hear that, the Cowboys, he has to beat the Cowboys yet. He hasn't beat the Cowboys yet. Even though there's team losses, he hasn't beat the Cowboys yet. When we beat them, especially if we could beat them, when we beat them twice, I really feel like we're sweeping the division. I do think we are definitely going to sweep this division this year. Jalen freaking Hurts. Yep. In Jags, we trust. How do you guys feel about that Jags game? Do you think it's a trap game for the Eagles? Like I said, I think we can beat everyone, but I think it's going to take a little extra motivation, a little extra something for a team to actually beat us. What do you think about it, Jags? Obviously Carson didn't do it. That could have been. He couldn't. He's mentally broken. We're probably going to destroy him again when he comes to Philly. Yes, Weapon X. Shout out to my guy, Weapon X, for stopping by. Yes, it was obvious. I've been saying Jalen was going to be that dude since the 4 games. What was it, 2 years ago? When Carson left. I said it. You've seen enough good than bad, and Jalen's never been a turnover machine. So it's like he's not turning over the ball. He just needs to work on things. But last year, you seen him come out. He worked on some things. He got better. He broke some records. Even people, when you hear fantasy player of the year, you got the most fantasy points, and I'm like, fantasy football is not real football, Bird Gang. But how do you get fantasy points? How? Where they graded him off? Production, right? So if he was the number 1 fantasy guy, that means he was the most productive player in the NFL last year. They don't look at things like that. With room to grow. Room to grow. Lots of it. This year you're seeing that development. This year you're seeing him go out there and destroy. He's making it look easy. But when you put a team around him like that, that defense that's going to get you the ball back, that keeps you excited. You could be on the sideline, see a big play on the defense. You're like, okay, let's go. Let's go. Iron sharpens iron. The defense sharpens the offense. They motivate each other out there. The defense see, Jalen just threw a bomb to Smitty. Let's go. Slade just intercepted. Let's go. Fletch with a sack. Let's go. Too many superstars making superstar plays. Let's go. It's crazy. Exactly. I put it up there earlier. His numbers are better. He's not close to being as good as Josh Allen. Really? For the time he's played, he has been. Like, I know you see this. You're like, okay, well, Josh Allen got what? Let's go. Hold on. Let me see. Go up here. So he got about 98 more yards. What's about the rushing, But Jalen's right there. Second year starting. Passing the football. Only 3 games. That's all we played. It's going to get better as the season goes on. When you got receivers like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Wes Watkins, Dallas Goedert, There's those numbers you guys wanted. Boom. First 22 games. Who's done more? Who's done more? Allen's fumbled more, lost more fumbles. Both got 16. You know, 20 interceptions to 14 interceptions. 26 touchdowns to 25 touchdowns. 5,000 yards to 4,000 yards. Completion percentage 60% to 57%. Come on, how far do we have to go before you guys stop saying the guy's better than him? This is all we've seen. This is all we hear. How much better he is. And he's great. Don't get me wrong. I love watching Josh Allen play football. But it's time for Eagles fans to stop glamorizing about other quarterbacks and start putting some respect behind our quarterback's name. He's doing things that's never been done before. He's breaking records that haven't been broken in years. Years. It's crazy. I feel like he's trying so hard, but he don't care. That's why you see him play the way he do. And all I really do is think that just like lights his fire. I think he just lights his fire. That makes him play even better. That makes him play even harder, more aggressive. So he can sit back and laugh at all you that doubt him. For some reason, all you that think for some reason, the guy that's won championships in high school, the guy that's won championships in college, put big numbers up both places, been a star his whole life, can't do it in the pros. Get out of here. She said, first experience for the snowstorm. With hurricane. It was very scary. I'd rather deal with a snowstorm. Oh, man, I don't want to deal with either one of those. None of them. Hurricane, snowstorm, none of that. I couldn't even imagine. I've never been in a hurricane, but, Alabama got tornadoes, and that's basically the same without the water. The tornadoes suck, too. I'm happy that you and your family are good. You guys are safe. Definitely got prayers out for everybody in the area. He said, I'm in Florida. Looks like we're going to miss just a lot of rain. The worst weather will be tonight. Well, prayers out to you too. Prayers out to you too and your family. You guys all be safe. Anybody in the Florida area, be safe, man. If you don't think you're housing, deal with it, handle it, and get out the area. Evacuate. Evacuate. Stay safe. He says, Eagles 28, Jacksonville 20. So you think it's going to be a close one? Real slobber knocker. Okay. But I see it. I think Dougie P's going to come with his best game plan. I think when he got hired to Jackson, he seen the Eagles going to be in the schedule. He put some extra time on the side to make sure that he's going to get this one right. I don't think Dougie P's going to come in here and get mollywopped like Carson Wentz. Now, Carson went to the Coast. He's been passed around already. Dougie P was retired. He's coming back. I don't think it's going to be no clean walk in the park at all. At all. To be honest, this was one of my games. Because you guys know, I say 17-0 to prove otherwise because that's what I believe this team should do. But I did also say 14-3 was going to be our record. But it's just hard for me to find the losses. But I would say this could be one of the ones. I wouldn't be that surprised if it was one of the ones we lose. Yes, prayers. I wouldn't be surprised. Dougie P, and this team, this Jaguar team, man. Everybody think of what Urban Myers did with them last year was the Jaguar team that you're going to see this year. Not the same team, man. They got some players over there. Is our team better than theirs? Yes. Should we win this game? Yes. But will it be convincingly? I say, what do you say convincingly? Like, are you saying we should win 14 points? Win by 21 points. I say it's going to be like a 10 to 14 point win. I'm not saying I don't think it's going to be this big blowout. The Washington Commander type blowout. No. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game, but we definitely should win, and it should be convincingly. They should just have some good plays too. They got some good players, make some good plays. Sunshine over there, Trevor Lawrence looked a lot better with Dougie P than he did last year with Urban Meyer. That bro, we have to stay humble just like Hurts. No. Not me. I don't need to stay humble. Not staying humble, because we got to realize too, man, we're the fans. We're the 12th men. It's their job. They're professionals. They get paid like professionals to stay humble and be professional on camera. You see the excitement in their eyes. I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan and content creator. I do talk facts too. But my fan is what I'm on here for. To give you guys the passion to help get you guys hopped up about our team. Because our team is that bad. And I'm not saying bad in a good way. I mean, that dangerous. I mean, bad in a bad way. I'm talking about they're awesome. They're amazing. They're the best team in the league. Deepest team in the league. Most talented team in the league. Whatever you want to call it. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback right now in the league. To me. So as long as that's the case, I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm going to keep praising them. It's our job as fans to be 150%. You can do all the skeptical stuff, during the offseason. Okay, we're going to see what happens this year. Oh, well, I hope he does get it this year because you ain't seen no Eagles football. But once you start seeing some Eagles football, baby, it's time to turn it to next level stuff. Full on support, nonstop energy, just like our team brings us every week. They're bringing it to us. We as fans have to bring it to them. Support them. Believe in them like they believe in themselves. Believe in them more because we're not playing on their team. That's our favorite team, but we're not on the Eagles. So that's the only way we can be. Is by that energy that we send that way. Being their biggest information. I love seeing the way the Eagles travel to different games. That's amazing to have a fan base like that. It's amazing. Not all teams got that. You go to the away game and it'll be a home game. The players thrive off our energy. They need it day in, day out. The hype about the Eagles train is what's really pushing these guys and their dedication to themselves. And they can be humbled about it, and I expect them to be. They ain't won nothing yet at 3-0. We've seen teams go 5-0 and end up, 11-5. It's happened. We ain't did nothing yet. What up, little bruh? Hey, Slay in the building. It ain't nothing yet, I'll tell you, it's enough to be excited about. It's enough to know that there's not a team on our schedule that is as deep as us, as talented as us, with room to grow. You've seen Tyreek Hill with Tua over there. His ceiling because he's been doing it for a while. He's one of the best, if not the best, one of the best receivers in the game. Jalen Waddle, young stud. I wanted Waddle over to Smitty. Tell you that, He's dangerous. Stud. Balling. I think he even got some more yards. What does it say? He got more yards. Right? He got more yards. 342. He's 2 yards from being the leading receiver in the league. You got two guys that are less than, 50 yards away from both being the tops in the NFL. And then you got our boy AJ right there too. And Smitty's coming too. We're getting 2,000-yard receivers this year. Possibly 3. I really think Quez or Goddard's going to squeeze in there too as well. It's going to happen this year. Big Facts says he is Donovan McNabb 2.0. My guy's going to get us 2 rings. I believe it. And if Jalen's smart, because I hear rumblings already talk about, then the works of finding out, trying to work a new contract out for Jalen Hurts. Get it done early, which is a smart business play because after he's the MVP and we are Super Bowl champions, that price tag's going that much farther up. If anything, it'd be Jalen's camp. If I was Jalen's camp right now, be like, let my client do his thing. Let's wait to the end of the season. But if I was Jalen Hurts right now with the roster that we have right now, the way things are looking, the draft picks that were coming up next, I wouldn't try to break the Eagles. And I know everybody needs to get their money, but there's endorsement money. You know, all these athletes got their own little private businesses, you know, merchandise money, you know, commercials. Don't break the bank. Do like Tom Brady did. You're still going to be one of the highest paid quarterback. Let's not be a number one. Let's try being number 5. And the Eagles should even be smart about it. I would give them something like a $30-35 million a year deal for 3 years. That kind of extension. You know? Keep them here 3 more years. Let's not have to use all of our resources on quarterback, and let's keep building this young roster. We have plenty of holes that we're going to need to be filling over the next couple, years. Lane only got maybe 4 years left on the roster, Plus, he already makes a lot, and we're going to just keep moving this contract down the road. Kelsey last year. Fletcher Cox 2 years tops. Maybe not even on our team next year. We got some players to replace them, yes. And we're going to have some high draft picks to help add on, yes. But just be smart about it so your team can always be flexible enough to add that 1 or 2 piece. That's the reason why these, the quarterbacks with the highest paid contracts don't win Super Bowls. Not their talent. It's the talent of their rosters. When you make that kind of money and a team has to invest that kind of money into one asset, you're not filling up no roster. You can have a nice roster, but it ain't going to be complete. Some of those players, you might get one lucky season. Things go your way. You get breaks here and there. But why take chance? Be smart. Realize that you are on something special. What the Eagles doing this year is special. It's special. Especially if they can continue at the pace that we're on. It's going to be special. So don't get a big hit. Take your money, young man. Play 2 more years. Get us another ring. And boom, no matter what, once you win that Super Bowl, you're going to get that ring, that contract afterwards. So you're just extending another year to keep proving yourself, to get a little bit better. So if Jalen's a smart man, that's how I'll play it. So that's why we have to win convincingly. Good games. Good games win the games. Good teams wins the games they're supposed to. If we're talking Super Bowl, we have to walk through these teams. Yes, and I get you. I can 100% agree. But like I said, it hasn't been a 17-year-old team in a long time, man. So it's that's very rare. I'm not saying this team can't do it. I'm just saying, though, there's going to be some bumps in the roads, There's going to be some games, maybe one team comes out a little hotter. Like you said, you got to win all of them convincingly, all the ones you're supposed to. The only bumps in the road should be like playing the Cowboys if the Giants continue to play the way they are. Suppose the teams that are supposed to be good, the Green Bay Packers, supposed to be. I don't think Green Bay can even mess with us. For real. I don't think they got it this year. Gave your quarterback all that money. Lost your number 1 receiver. You ain't got it. Just ain't got it. It's too early. I just don't want to get let down. And I get it. No one wants to get a let down. No one wants to, be wrong. Feel like their team is the best. But that's why I'm here to do it. That's why this channel is here. I'm going to be there, whether you guys don't feel comfortable doing it or not. I'm going to always be here to tell you that we got the best team in the league. We have the best quarterback in the league. The Eagles are a dominating football team. The Eagles are the most complete football team. The Eagles are the most, have the most depth of any football team in the league this year. Hands down. I'll argue it out with anybody. Anybody. If you want the link, let me know. If you want to do a separate show, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm not backing down from nobody this year. I keep telling you things are going to happen, and they're slowly starting to happen. Starting to put respect on Jalen's name. Starting to see that he is legit. Hire Roseman's phenomenal job. Oh, he's on pace to win a GM of the year again. And I don't know how many GMs have won it more than once. Howie's already won it once. People be forgetting that. Howie was a GM of the NFL, a GM of the year in the NFL before. This won't be his first rodeo. You know? The man, I'm going to stay humble till we beat the team we're supposed to beat. We can lose some close ones, but I'm ready to see how we get down in a dog fight. Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying, if you're hyping us up, isn't the Lions a good football team right now? Aren't they 2-1? They got a great defense. That was a dog fight first week of the season while we were still in preseason mode. Can't go off of last year. Who was good? This is the NFL, baby. Every team's different every single year. Even the crappy teams are good this year. They're not crappy no more. They're great. You know, better than they were. The Giants. Who thought the Giants were going to be undefeated till yesterday? Until they just lost to the Cowboys. I mean, come on. I didn't. So it's just like, all we can control is what's in front of us. And like you said, do it, win convincingly. And for me, it's not always just a blowout like, oh, you won by 31, 21 points. As long as you win in by 10, 14, 14 points, that's convincingly enough for me. You know, not everybody's going to play a perfect game every game. There are mistakes that happen. People aren't perfect. No one's perfect. You know? Even the 17-0 Dolphins has some shaky games. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they can definitely build a dynasty if Hurts plays it right. A team where you can see your favorite young players that have not even reached their prime, but they are some of the tops in the league. Think about that. Even we just got A.J. Brown. The boy's only 24 years old. He has not even hit his prime in football yet at all. And being on a run-heavy offense the last 3 years, where you're one of the least, one of the receivers with some high stats and the least targets and receptions, that's less wear and tear. I know he got some injuries. That's still less wear and tear instead of being a number one receiver in a top flight offense that you get thrown to you like 20 times a game. That's a little bit more taxing on the body. Devontae Smith, second year. West, third year. Goddard, Miles not even that old. This can be a dynasty team for a long time. And every year, just continue to add piece after piece after piece after piece after piece after piece after piece. Super Bowl this year. Remember that run we went on 5 straight NFC championships? Remember that? 1 Super Bowl appearance. That kind of dominating football team. Every year, they're going to the dance. Every year, they're going to the NFC championship back to back to back to back. But I think with the talent that we have and the young talent that we do have and the quarterback we have, and I got to give some love to these coaches too. Because they're only getting better. This is their first gig at what they're doing, second year in. And they're doing a damn good job. We want them to be perfect. No one's perfect. They're doing a goddamn good job out there. But it's always easier when you got the talent on the roster. And like you said, if he does it right, we can have a dynasty. If he doesn't try to go get number one money, you don't have to try to be the highest paid quarterback. If you just get something nice, a nice little extension, maybe a 2-3 year extension, more like, hey, here's a little bit extra money. Thanks for doing your job. Now show me I need to give you the best quarterback. Get 2 or 3 more years. That spreads that window out for the next 5 years or so. 4 or 5 years to get a Super Bowl? Yes. That's how you win multiple Super Bowls. That's how you're like Tom Brady, winning championship after championship after championship. Smart men go farther. Your talent is there. You got to be business smart too. If you want to consistently win, especially if we go win a Super Bowl this year, don't get your head all big. Like, now make me the best quarterback because I'm MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Brought another Super Bowl to Philly. I want to be number one. No, be smart with it, Hurts. Take a 2-3 year extension, 3-year extension for top 5 money. For top 5, and continue to build this team around you while you're replacing these older guys with nice new young pieces. Because we already got nice young pieces. So you keep adding those nice young pieces in there, you're going to have a young all-star football team, and that's how you win Dynasty. And you're going to have players that are around for a long time. So I agree. The only team I think can even stay on the field with us is Miami. And they're not ready. Facts. I don't think they're ready yet either. What gets us ready is because a lot of these players played with each other last year. We went to our weakest spots that we had, our weakest holes. I told you guys, our linebackers sucked. That's why Gannon's defense sucked. Our linebackers sucked. Went out and got 3 new linebackers. Kaiser White, Kobe Dean. He hadn't even played yet. But don't sleep on him. He's still one of the smartest in the rooms, waiting on his opportunity, and TJ Eric is playing out of his mind right now. So that's no slight to Kobe, and it's actually good. You can learn at your own pace. Plus, you had that pec injury, whether it was real or not. Guess what? You ain't got to worry about rushing in being that guy right now. Guess what? Edwards is on 1-year deal. You start next year regardless. We went out and got a Reddick, put that pressure off the end. BG back. BG's an emotional leader on this football team. He brings, you don't quantify the experience and the energy that a guy like Brandon Graham could bring to your football team. He's amazing. Fletcher Cox playing good. Hargrave playing good. Milt Williams, good. Tua Marlin, my boy from USC, on the football field, on the team. He had to recover last year. Took a redshirt year. And now you're starting to see what he is. Both of them boys from USC. Marlin's making his way on the field on our team. And then my boy Tufunga over there at San Francisco. One of the best safeties in the league right now. Shout out to USC looking good this year too. That's what I'm saying. It takes time. Sweat. How many sacks Sweat's got? Like 4 or 5? Sweat's just been all over the field, man. It just took time for him to get that knee to heal and actually start building confidence. But once these guys are out of college with these injuries, you start getting around good training staffs, good nutritionists, start take care of your own body, because at the end of the day, a nutritionist can tell you whatever. But if you go, eat healthy around him, and then when you're by yourself, you're out there eating Twinkies and whatnot, then that's not you taking care of your body. If you got injuries, you got to take care of it completely. Don't put nothing bad in it. Just let your body heal. And now you start to see Josh Sweat look like that first-round pick that he should have been back when he was drafted. He said, we haven't even had to play in the second half. How will Hurts respond when he has to throw us out of a bad situation? Those are the games that want to decide what we got this year. Yeah, I feel you. But we haven't had to. You're right. But until that time comes, who cares? He's throwing us in the beginning of the game. He's winning the game early. We're putting up points early. Jalen's making up his own plays and scoring touchdowns, guys. Calling his own offense. Calling the shots. We're still doubting the guy. Vontae said that play wasn't even in the playbook. But he knew, guess what? I don't got no timeouts. Me and him talked about some stuff in practice. Watch this. Let me show you that I'm a leader. I'm not looking at the sideline to say, hey, well, Nick, there's 5 seconds. Let's run off 4 while I try to figure out what you're trying to tell me in my helmet. No. Line back up. Let's go. I got this. Let's go. Touchdown. That's what kind of quarterback we have. I'm not really worried about the shootout. Those shootout games, he's going to be locked in. He's going to be ready to roll. He's going to be watching everything. He'll be watching everybody, you know? And he's going to come back responding just like he did last year. Some of those games at the end, Jalen gave us the opportunity to win. Even some of his bad games, he gave us the opportunity to win. Our defense let us down some games. Missed drop passes. We got a whole new squad, baby. Said Miles isn't a part of it. Y'all need Melvin Gordon or Hunt. I would love to have either one of them, but Miles is still that beast. Miles is still that dog. I still want Miles to do that too. I want the same thing that I just said I want Jalen Hurts to do. Take a, top 5, top 6 quarterback money extension so you can save money for their team. I want Miles to do the same thing this year. Have a good year. Don't try to break the bank. Don't try to break the bank. That's a choice. Because your agent is there to take every dime the Eagles got. They don't care. They give no, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you take the player to be like, hey, I like our roster. We only need a couple of pieces here or there. I'll take a couple less million to not be selfish so we can make sure those pieces are filled so we can go win another Super Bowl. That's what kind of dogs we need on this team. That's the kind of dogs we need. Because there's all kind of other money outside of football that these guys make once you become a star. People don't realize that. They're always like, go get what you can. I get it. Never hate on the men trying to get all your money. Betting on yourself. But if you think Tom Brady's the GOAT, you got to do things that GOATs do. Not break the bank at your position. Get paid. Any top 10 NFL contracts going to set you a person up for life. If it's just a 2-3 year extension, keep balling now. Now you get the big money, the deserving money. It almost went back to back. If only Alshon catches that ball against the Saints, right? That'd been crazy. He caught that ball. We kept going, won another Super Bowl right there. That would have been crazy. And think about the weapons we had that year compared to now, though. Not even the same. AJ's catching that ball. Devontae's catching that ball. I'm even saying Quez is catching that ball. We about to be litty for a while. What up, TJ Blitz in the building? How you doing? What a season. Yes. Fly Eagles, fly, my guy. And it's just starting. It's just the beginning. And that's why I just want every Eagle fan to stop with the skepticism. We did it all off season. It's time to support our team and see what everybody else is starting to see. See what I've been telling you the whole time, that we have a dominating football team. And we are going to be the best team in the league this year. I don't really see us dropping out of that number 1 spot. I know it's only week 3. I know there's 14 more games left. But through the 14 games, you're going to continue to see the Eagles number 1. And people are going to be like, what's really going on here? Are they still number 1? What, again this week? What, again this week? And even if we, by that time, even if we slip up on one game, we're probably going to be games ahead to be able to slip up on it, that we stay number 1. We're going to dominate this whole year because that's what kind of team we got. A dominating football team. You just seen it happen in the last 2 Super Bowls. Rams load up, Super Bowl. Tampa Bay load up, Super Bowl. Eagles drafted, loaded up, and drafted great. It's about to be a Super Bowl. He said Hunt would be deadly if used right on the Eagles. Yes. But to be honest, guys, listen. We don't need another running back for real, for real. Would it be great? Would it be icing on the cake? Would it be cherry on top? Of course. Of course it would. We don't need it. Have you guys seen Gainwell run bad this year? Does Boston Scott look bad this year? Sanders look bad? Our offense is so complete in the fact that pick and choose who you want to try to stop. Man us up. We're running down your throat. We beat one-on-one coverage. Zone us up. We'll destroy your zone with the route running. One of the best tight ends in the league. One of the best offensive lines in the league. We keep talking about the defensive line. The offensive line is still the best in the league. When you have the best offensive line, the best defensive line, the best receiver room, best quarterback, best defensive backs, those teams don't lose very many football games. And why would they? It's crazy. N'Kobe can learn from Hurts, waiting his turn. Look what happened. Yes, exactly. Sometimes you got to wait your turn. Yes, N'Kobe Dean's a star. Waiting to happen. But right now, TJ's playing lights out. Kaiser White, beast. Experienced players. So there's no rush to get them on the field. There's no rush, especially if there was a little notion. Maybe we didn't know a little bit more about that injury. Maybe we didn't know. Maybe he was a little banged up. If you ain't got to play him, don't play him. Let him be. If you ain't got to play him, don't play him. Why? Act like that's a bad thing. Look how good Jordan Davis is doing. And we barely use him because we don't have to. We have other players. We're not built on position base where there's only one good player that we got to worry about that player staying in the game the whole game. No, we have an awesome rotation, and we're going to keep that rotation popping at all positions. Not using N'Kobe Dean is good for him. Not only is he resting, but he's learning. He's watching. He's understanding. He still practices. He's becoming a better football player. What up, Rich? No worries, my guy. No worries at all. I appreciate every time, guys. Every time. You guys, I'm going to keep saying this to you guys. Thank you guys, man. Much love to all you guys for hitting that like, for subscribing, for sharing, for watching me. Man, we have climbed very far this first year. Very far this first 5,000. 5,000, guys. I almost cried this morning. 5,000. Who would have thought a year that we've been here? Not me. Didn't think about it at all, man. I love all you guys. I've worked with a lot of great people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great players, coaches. We've seen it all on the show. And it's just the beginning, guys. We're going to keep rocking it. We keep rolling, going hard. But salute to all you guys. 100%, man. Without you guys, I wouldn't even be out here doing this. I do it for the Bird Gang Nation. You guys are the nation. We are the nation. We are the nation. Like I do my intro, I made sure they put that in the beginning of my intro song. We are the nation of domination, because that's what Philadelphia Eagles football is. Dominant. And we're starting to go back to our dominant ways this year. And it's looking real nice. 17-0 to prove it otherwise every time. Every time. We haven't also, exactly. Everybody keeps saying, what if, what if, what else? What if they, I'm tired of looking at other teams wondering what they can do to us. How are you going to stop us? How? How are you going to stop this Eagles offense? How? Tell me. I'm waiting. You want to try to stop the run? We'll pass. Want to stop the pass? We'll run. Want to force Jalen inside to stay in the pocket? He'll stay there and pick you apart. There's no weaknesses. Offensively or defensively right now. He said, man, this year's going to be awesome. You got a new subscriber. It's been real. Y'all say salute to you, Big Facts 901. Thank you very much. Welcome to the nation, my brother. Welcome to the nation. I love everyone. I love all you guys. Salute to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. The Aldrich in the building. Fly, go slide. What up, my guy? What is up? Is I want him to keep studying defense line scheme because each week defensive coordinators would try to confuse him. Yeah, that's true. He got to stay in the books. Hurts going to have to stay in the books. It ain't over for him. But like I said, he got nothing but time to kill. You heard him talk about how he don't even leave the building most times. He's always there studying and learning and, breaking it down. Because that's what it takes. People don't understand. When you're a millionaire, superstar, everybody's just pulling for your time. Pulling. Can I pull him over? Let me pull him over. Hey, can you do an interview with me? Hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? But you have the smarts, the leadership. I'm good. I got to stay focused. We're in the season mode. I got to stay focused. That's real right there. That's real. Rare breed. So not an Eagles fan, but I love the chemistry that is seen the team has. Fan of all sports. I don't care about chemistry that much when it's underrated. By the way, this season seems to have it. Yeah, this team has it all, man. Shout out to you, not even being an Eagles fan in here. I love, because you guys are just as important. You expect Eagles fans to be here. But it's awesome when you're not an Eagles fan, you're still here. Shout out to you and being able to look at the game, and see that this team's chemistry is looking great. These guys love each other. They're brotherhood. They're out there going to war for each other. They bleed, sweat. They do it all for each other out there on that football field. And that's what makes this team so special. Hurts season all the way, my guy. It's always Hurts season, baby. Always. And Hurts, we trust. And I even said I'm going to stop calling him Hurts. I'm going to call him MVP the rest of the year. Mr. MVP. That's what I'm going to call him. I put that pressure on you, Hurts. Jalen Hurts, if you're out there watching, I'm going to call you Mr. MVP for a reason because I believe. Because a lot of people think about it. They're like, oh, well, what if he does get those passing yards up to the point where, he's hitting 4,000, 4,500 yards. That's going to make him an MVP for real. Maybe forgetting about the running, too. If he's at that high, what do you think he'll be rushing? It'll be like 700 to 1,000 yards rushing. And we put both of those things together. Ain't nobody can do that. That's rare. That's why he's going to get it. Hurt Swag called in the building. What's up, my guy? What up, bro? You need your flowers. Nobody believes your tape, but now it could actually happen. Yeah. And no flowers needed. I just want you guys. My flowers is all the Eagles fans to believe like I do in our team. All the Eagles fans to believe in Jalen Hurts like I do. To see it. That's me. Those are my flowers. If the more people that understand it, the more people that believe, and the more people that can say that they understand that this team is special and fully believe in it, man, the more energy the Eagles get. The more hype we can throw out there, the more energy the team gets. Anything that I can do to help my team win another one of these. That's what it's all about. We watch them for one of these. We want to win one of these. We want the team to win one of these. Teams would hate us. Don't happen very much. Can't hate on your players. Can't hate on your schemes. You can't handle none of that. It's true. When you got it, you got it. When you don't, you don't. We got it this year. What up, Coach? Thanks for stopping by. Salute to you in Alabama. I'm Calabamian, so the Bama Roll Tide, War Eagle, all that good stuff. Congrats on the 5K. Hey, salute to you. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Thank you. We made it. We at 5K, not me. This is the Bird Gang Nation. This channel's not called Bird Gang 31. This channel is called Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. Because this is a talk show for the nation. The whole Eagles Nation. This is your platform. So you guys can come here and we can talk about our team and how dominant our team is, how great our team is. Boom. Thank you. Thank you. So I think I was subscriber number 5K. So that's great. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hell yeah. Fly, Eagles, fly. Thank you. Ewan says, I was watching the all 22. When we went 5 receivers, defense didn't know what to do, right? What do you do? Pascal, veteran receiver, big body target. Quez, AJ, Goddard, Smitty. Who? Who you double teaming? Who? All you guys turn your back. Guess who's running out the back door? Jalen. Thank you. Oh, really? We're gonna call 5 deep routes and all your players, your linebackers, your safeties, your cornerbacks are all backpedaling? Oh, that's an easy first down. Thank you. How are you gonna stop this team? That is the question I put out to the NFL. How are you gonna stop the 2022 Philadelphia Eagles? How? That's why I'm so confident. Because I don't think there's a way to do it. And that's not just me being a homer. Defense is set up to stop certain things. But if you lock in on one, you got to be very multiple throughout the game, I guess. Be right like 100 times on every. Like you have to probably coach a perfect coaching, a defensive coordinator perfect game. Where you just were always one step ahead of the offense. And you knew how to lock down all the different weapons at the same time, which is not even possible. But we just gave you 5 talented players. That didn't even count the running backs. Didn't even count them. What didn't even count Jalen Hurts? Come on. How? I don't think it can happen. He said, love the Randall Cunningham jersey. Reason for being an Eagles fan. Yes, that one of my first Cunningham jerseys. He is the reason why I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. That's how old I am. I'm old school. He is. I love it. He said, feels like 2017 vibes. Yeah. But I think it even feel better than that. In 2017, I don't care. We knew Carson had a good year. We knew that he could possibly be our franchise quarterback. We knew those things. I wasn't this confident in the team in week 3. You know? It took a while before I was on that boat where I was like, oh, this team can win a Super Bowl this year. You know? I didn't expect Carson to have that kind of a year. You know, I didn't expect how to bring in Ajayi, Blunt, and they to still, all these older veteran players having monstrous years on our team, like the best year they've ever had type seasons on our team that year. I didn't expect all that to late. To be honest, I didn't think it could be really possible. And then till after the Rams game, when we locked it up, I'm like, well, I've watched Nick Foles play some good football. He don't got to play a season. He just got to get 4 or 5 games down. You know what I'm saying? And the team was already so high. I knew they all wanted to play for Carson. They felt bad for him. There's a lot of emotional things that, went into that. And the fact that Dougie P understood he had to change up his game plan with a different quarterback. So, like I tell everybody, I don't feel like we probably win that Super Bowl if Carson doesn't get hurt. Am I alone on this take? Let me know in the chat. Am I alone on the take? Because I don't think we win that Super Bowl if Carson doesn't get hurt. I think it took. I was like, when you watch the team all year dominate, by the back end of the season when you're playing this team, you kind of got a good idea how you want to attack it, how you're going to stop them. So I think maybe by the time Carson doesn't get hurt, we make it to the playoffs, maybe someone figures him out. He was still kind of young. Still a lot of stuff he didn't see. Nick was a veteran. Nick's played football, completed years. Remember, 27-2, only 2 picks, 27 touchdowns. I was there the 7 touchdown game in Oakland. He was a veteran, and you had to change up your scheme. You had to change up your game plan. The 17 vibes, yeah. This is about the 22 vibes. The 22 vibes is what we need to start talking about. Maybe call it the 22 energy. Whatever. This team's different than any other Eagles team. The best. To me, I think we have the best Eagles team I've ever seen. I'm pretty old. I've watched a lot of Eagles football. The best. Most complete team I've ever seen. Yeah, I know some players, you guys, well, you got to prove it. You got to prove it. But some of these guys are elite, and they're not even in their primes. What do you think is going to happen throughout the season even? Smitty's going to get better throughout the season. AJ's going to get better throughout the season. Gallagher. All these young cats are going to get better throughout this whole season while they dominating. Come on now. Think y'all hear me? Don't think you heard. Domination. We are the Bird Gang nation of domination, baby. We're going to dominate teams this year all year long. It's not a fluke. We're finally getting respect in our name. I told everybody, this was the year everybody's going to get respect on their names. Jalen Hurts is going to get respect on his name. Nick Sirianni is going to get respect on his name. Howie Roseman is going to get respect on his name. Smitty, respect. AJ, respect. Goddard, respect. Cox, respect. Sweat, respect. Ground, respect. Slay, respect. Come on. You can name 22 players that's out to get respect on their names this year. And that's what makes our team so dangerous. That's what makes the team so dangerous. He says, Smitty has grown into a monster. That catch he made on the double team was awesome. Exactly. It was awesome. But guess what? Smitty ain't just became no monster. Smitty's been a monster. Heisman Trophy winner. I'm that guy. I'll tell you the truth. I really felt like I like Waddle more. I do. That's just my bias. I watched both of them play. I've seen them both play. They're both great. Most receivers coming out of Alabama are great. These top flight team schools are great. Like Waddle a little more, but I love Smitty anyway. And the only reason why I like Smitty more now is because he's on the Philadelphia Eagles. Because I feel like if you reverse it up, put Smitty on Miami, he's still doing big things. And you put, Waddle over here, he's doing big things. They're both beasts. Both beasts. But that being said, Smitty was the Heisman Trophy winner at the receiver position. He's been a monster. He's been a problem. I've seen him put up 300 yards and a half before. Like, what? What? Craziness. He said Randall's the reason why you're an Eagles fan too. Yes, he's that guy. He was that guy. He evolutionized. He changed up football, man. Randall Cunningham changed up football. They didn't know what to do with Randall back in the day. That's why we all need to petition to get this man in the Hall of Fame. I know they all talk about numbers, but I see a lot of people less. When you change things, you should get in. He should definitely be in there. What up, Awesome Sports? How you doing? Says congrats on a win. Yeah, it was a good win. Don't worry, we got another one for you, Awesomeness. Salute to you. Thanks for stopping by. We sweeping the division this year. If the Cowboys did last year, we're way better than that team. We're sweeping them this year. We're sweeping it this year. 6-0 in division. Easily. I stopped thinking about the division a long time ago, before the season started. It's all about can we consistently be the best team in the NFL all year long? All year long. I think we can. I think Nick got these boys ready to do it. I think we got the depth to do it. To keep these guys fresh early in the season. So when it's game time in the end of the season, guess what? They still fresh. We still doing big things, guys. Says, it tickled me hearing haters minimize over our victories like we made the schedule. Shake my head. Yeah, we didn't make the schedule. Schedule was given to us. They're hating because they wish their schedule was better. And it's not. Who cares? If we dominate every team all the way to the Super Bowl and then got to play somebody good, who cares how it happens? I'm just telling you, if you're in the AFC West and you're battling all these good teams, battling each other, NFC West, all these good teams battling each other all year long, playing all these other good teams, battling each other, people getting hurt. You showing your best football early. You don't want to have to really show your best football to mid to end of the season. If you don't have to show the best, the more you can save till playoff time, the better chance you have of winning. So when you hit that playoff time, you can go in there open book. What I'm going to do, you don't know what I'm going to do. Because I haven't been consistently doing anything. Only thing we consistently been doing is scoring touchdowns and stopping people on defense. That's dangerous. You better hope they can't stop the run, to the point where they can key in on our pass, or vice versa, stop the pass, we're dangerous all over the place. We've got too much talent. That's showing up. That's getting better. That understands that they are not a finished product at all. Not at all. Not at all, man. Rex says, I've been a fan since the Veterans Complex and Russell was the brand on the jersey. Dang, that's old school right there, baby. Fly Eagles fly. Woo! Fly Eagles fly. He said we need to spend one of those first-round picks on Will Anderson if still on the board. Can you imagine? Can you? Most. That's what I'm saying, man. It's such a blessing that we don't have to worry about quarterback. Such a blessing. It's a blessing. 2 first-round picks next year. And who knows how we might get us another one before the end of the season. You don't even know. You never know. That's the beautiful thing about having so much depth and so much young talent behind that depth, is that you might lose one if the price is right. You might be able to lose one for a desperate team. Can you imagine? Right now, we're already at the 7th pick and hopefully the 32nd pick. Imagine having those 2 picks, but fleecing another team that's in dire need for a backup quarterback, or something. Oh, we might make the playoffs if we just get this one quarterback. Our quarterback's hurt. Give me Gardner Minshew. We're going to give you a first. It's happened before, man. The later in the season, the more desperate teams get, deals like that happen. And we got one of the best GMs in the league. So just keep it open. Could not even be over. It could be even more than that. Even more than that. Oak says, no disrespect to the Jags, but the Chargers they faced was pretty banged up, and Herbert couldn't throw it deep because his back injury. So they blitzed a lot. I'm not too worried. Hey, it's no disrespect to the Jags just because the Jags ain't us, for starters. You know what I'm saying? The Jags are not us at all. We're way better than Jags. They lost. Injuries happen early. They won. Injuries happen early to other good teams. But I'm still not saying that it's going to be I think it might be one of them games, a slow start, pull away at the end type game, as opposed to just I don't know. I want it to be total domination from the beginning because I don't think no team can really mess with us at all. But if it's, if it's a little back and forth at the beginning, then as long as we pull away and show that we were the better team, that's all I really care about. You go, Vic Eagle fan only. It's all good. He said, if teams are desperate for a quarterback, that puts us closer to Will Anderson Jr. Facts. Facts. EC1 in the building. What up, my guy? He said, Devontae, AJ reminds me of Torrey, Isaac, Bruce, BG31 after watching the Rams 2000 and 2001. I got murdered for saying that. I go, the way this offense is shaping up, it looks like the greatest show on turf. They murdered me. They murdered me. How could you say that? That's so disrespectful. Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Kurt Warner, Orlando Pace, legends, Neelis Williams, beast. That's it. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Wes Watkins, Goddard, Lane, Mailata, Kels, Dickerson, Siamala. Come on now. We better. I think by the time the season's over, people will recognize how much better we are once we get to that point. Yes, because the Saints aren't looking good. I hope they give us the first overall pick. Could you imagine winning the Super Bowl, coming back to the number 1 overall pick? That would be dope. That would be awesome. Yeah, the only thing is they did it. Yeah, they won it. They won it, and we got to win it. All the hype doesn't mean nothing. All these games winning doesn't mean nothing. All the expectations, the talents, none of that means nothing unless you do it. And that's what I'm hoping we do this year. Eagles Super Bowl. I'm not hoping. I know it's going to happen. We are manifesting the future like I've been doing the whole time. I told you guys last year Jalen Hurts is going to be an MVP candidate. I told you guys. That's his next level. It's MVP. After seeing what I've seen, that was the next step in the progression. I told you, if Gannon gets some defensive player, if he gets 3 new linebackers and a couple new pieces, that defense can work. Told you guys, and it is. Just gotta have faith. Trust the process. Trust the process. 1% better. 1% better till you win it all. So, hey, we 207. Much love to you. Shout out to Kelsey Nielsen for stopping by today. Go check her out on the KNN show. She has showed a lot of great ones out there. And thank her again for coming by. Said their head coach versus the Pats was not sticking to their game plan. We have to head coach that would stick to what works and get ahead instead of never get cocky. Yeah, exactly. Our football team is the image of our coaching staff. Humble, strong, smart, and hard workers. That's why we're going to win it all this year, baby. So thank you guys again. Hit that like if you haven't hit on the way out. Fly, Eagles, fly. Until next time, this BG. I'm going to see y'all later. We out. Peace.